video. Isn't that how that goes though? You don't need anything. This guy I've been teaching this painting class online, Painting for Profit, since January 2020. So we're 3.5 years into it. And I just thought, well, I taught it once, I'll never need to teach it again. But then I am really shocked at the way your painting styles, you know, maybe anything that you do, how it changes over time, how it looks. This looks, I don't know if I have any back there. I think I do have one that I painted a long time ago. Because when we painted these for craft shows, this was a very small scarf and it went more straight down this way, and all I did was wrote your name on it, your last name. Well, today I've done all the extra shading, the ice coming off of his hat, which somebody, when I can't remember who it was, sorry, told me earlier to try that, and it worked out really pretty. Oh, I guess I need some arms in here, don't I? But while I was painting it, I got a lot of good ideas on how I can paint it even different another time, making this all, wouldn't this be pretty, is a really deep blue here with a white scarf. Got all kinds of ideas now. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Wanda. Oh, Sandy, I'd be ready for bed. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Charlotte. In fact, I was really thinking about going home and going to bed because I'd taken my water and my brushes over there and I'd forgot to bring them back. And I was like, oh, if I go home, I probably won't want to come back. But it's so cool outside tonight. I don't know if any of you missed it earlier. My husband's got my air unit. All he has to do is hook up the wires. It's all installed on the outside, on the inside. So I took him around and showed him, whoever was watching, what it looked like, and I'll have air tomorrow. You know what's going to happen now? It's going to start getting cold, then I won't need it anyway after suffering for a while. Sandy Allen, it is Christmas in July this weekend. What do you mean you haven't been painting snowmen? Sandy Allen is one of the most beautiful painters that you ladies will ever see. She is a member of Painting for Profits, but I haven't got her to post anything yet. She was one of my favorites when Pinterest started and I found her. I got a lot of her stuff pinned on my Pinterest boards. She was my inspiration. And one of the people that I credit with getting me to paint on different things. I have to do my lettering again, but I want this blue stuff to look like it's just kind of blowing up there. I really don't want to make it too dark. Isn't that pretty how that just kind of blows up there? This was nothing what I imagined it to be when I started tonight. Nothing at all. Oh, I know what I was missing were some hands. Oh, and we got to write "Let It Snow" in here. So if you have ever looked on Pinterest for snowmen and you see somebody called the Primitive Skate, That is Sandy Allen, who's with us right now. And her work is just amazing. And I know if you guys use Pinterest, you've seen her stuff, because she has had more Pinterest posts on there than before I ever started. And that was, it's been, I don't know, when did we get computers? My daughter, who is 31, Paisley, today said, I asked her how it was camping a couple days ago. She went with Justin's mom camping, and I asked her how it was, and she goes, we had no internet. I didn't know. It was so boring. I was ready to come home. We had no internet. And I said, your mom didn't have internet till she was 12 or 13. And she's like, yeah, well, she grew up in the old days. Because, you know, it was pretty late when our kids started getting internet. My first business page, my business page started in 2010. So yeah, they were about 12 or 13. Her name is The Primitive Skate. And I can type it right here for you. I need to go gather some of her pictures and stick them up on the marketplace so that everyone can tell her to hurry up and get busy. Hi, Marianne. You're not in bed yet either? I know when I started my painting group and I saw Sandy Allen wanted to be a part of it, I was like, what the heck? I was like, no, I need to join your group. You don't need to join mine. It's funny how, you know, especially, what was it, back in 2010, and you saw people like Sandy and other people on the internet, and they were like your heroes, and people, you loved their stuff, and you pinned it, and you were like, oh, I want to paint like that. And then you meet them, and there were about 3 or 4 other girls who came that I always admired their work as well. In fact, I think it was Sandy who started me on the screen doors. Big screen doors that came out like your grandma's house or something. Because that was the first project I painted when I went live for the first time on Facebook, was a big screen door that wouldn't fit in my building, and my whole setup tossed over. It was a hot mess. Just want some. I'm going to darken up those trees and then put some more white on there. Yep, Mary from Square Nails. I never met the lady from Gone Country. I would still like to meet her. Dusty knows her. I loved her stuff too. Seemed like there was somebody else too. I don't remember. gonna leave those more dark than light. Oh, really? He would look good on a screen. I do like painting on screens. I don't do it very often. In fact, I've got a couple of big screen doors down in my storage unit that I had painted, and then we quit going to craft shows, so I can't ship a screen door, so they're all sitting down, or two of them, but then I've got a couple of sleds, snail kegs. They're just too big to ship, and I might take them down to my friend Sherry's shop this winter and let her sell them. I'm sitting here making up the schedule for this weekend on Virtual Home Decor Marketplace, thinking I should really walk around and see what I got left over from last year, or things that I can paint real quick and do a 15-minute sale on Saturday. If I can find enough, I'm putting myself up on that schedule. Put some more blue on my... I think since I got the blue up there, I need to have some icicles come down this way. I need a better brush though. Better do it this way, otherwise I'm going to get them upside down. Oh, you know what? I do have a couple of sleds. I might have some stuff to sell this weekend, because I had some sleds like this, these icicles on it made. And if I would paint faster instead of adding all this detail, I know I could do it, but I add so much detail that I can't make any money doing it. Alright, let's see, I want to shade this up. My poor black's about out. They do take a while, but man, once you get them prepped, they're so nice and smooth. I love to paint on them after they're prepped. I just don't like prepping them. That's my only thing. And all of us inside the group have way too many smaller screens for those of us who got the when Hobby Lobby was clearancing them. Oh, that looks better. I was going to have him change this hat and everything, but I really like it just the way it is, so wait till he sees what I'm doing. He's going to be, I threw that away. You told me to throw it away and we'd never use it again. And some of these he had blanks of, and I thought, I'll never do those. Isn't that the way it always goes? This stuff has been sitting in the garage for years. And you never want to paint it until it's gone. And then it's like, damn, I didn't do that. And he would look, he's looking so good, I may have prints of him made, so I'm not going to put glitter on him. But it would look good with some diamond dust on it. I've wiped off some of my spots. I'm going to have to go over it again. Oh, I wish they're in my car. I bought, how many of you remember having the stuffed animals dipped in wax? Today, our thrift store opened. It was shut down last week for getting ready for our Christmas in July that started today. They didn't have anything. They had some of the stuff that I donated last year. I told Brittany, I said, can I buy back some of the stuff that's mine here? But I didn't. I've got a chigger bite on my back that is driving me insane. Highlight a little bit. Small and shippable. I may. It depends on how it all turns out, but I may. I'm pretty happy with it so far, so. My husband will be like, are you kidding me? And that's why he never throws anything away like this, because so many times I'll say, oh, just throw it away, I'll never make that again. And then we had the cutest little gnome steak from years ago. And I mean, this guy was only 12 inches tall. And I so wanted to make him again. And he's like, you told me. And this was back before gnomes became popular again in 2019. This was from a long time ago. And he said, you told me gnomes were, you would never make another gnome. And then in 2019, I made more gnomes than pretty close to second to Snowman. Once you paint it once, you're always like, let's do something different. This is what I don't like about having snowmen with hands, because I always feel they need something in their hands. Just having little spots like right here where I want that white to really pop out with some diamond dust on it would be so pretty. Finish my F's on there, don't I? Alright, let's find, let it snow on there. Hi, Debbie Montgomery. Sandy Allen, you're like me. I don't like to paint small. I want to paint big. And we all know why I paint big is because my customers think that if I paint big, they perceive more value in something big. If I was going to sell this with all the time that I got in it, I'd want quite a bit for it. But if I spent all the, well, I couldn't spend all the time putting it on an ornament, you know, then you get about 10, 12 bucks for it. But I always painted big because customers see big and they think it's worth more. You can have the same amount of time in this on a 12-inch and you'd never get as much as you would just increasing it to 18-inch. It's kind of like why we buy large ice cream cones. It's like you put a small one and a little one together, even though your stomach can only handle a small one. We perceive it as a better value because it's only how many more cents. Well, I don't think that doesn't make sense on this. They give you a better value. Now, I'm totally off. Maybe I should go to bed. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. It's the same reason you will never catch me painting anything double-sided. Never. Because, you know, and for anybody who makes things like this, you know how much time things like this take. And the only reason anybody wants it double-sided is, for one, because it's easier to store, easier, you know. But me as a person who paints a double side, I get more money out of one side than I can something that I have double-sided. Because if I have it double-sided, they don't want to pay me twice as much as a single side. So that's why you won't see very many people do double-sided things. I don't know what to put in his hand. So now that I got them both pointing down, it looks... And this darn fly isn't making matters any better. I'm just shocked that for being the 3rd of July, when I was on here a little bit earlier, you guys heard just very few fireworks. I haven't heard anything since. And used to be, people would start around here a week before and start with fireworks. And it has been so nice, so quiet. I am just surprised. Boy, now that I've had my husband come over here a couple times and read comments for me, now I know how nice it was. Hi, Terry. Oh, yeah, when it's hard when you paint big things, that's true. Because when you painted big things, you still had to get a bigger space, which cost you more money. And you had to have a trailer to transport it all. And you had to have a lot of stuff because your expenses were so high. Expenses were crazy. Oh, you know what I should have put in his eye? Is a little snowflake. If I can. Yeah. Nope. That one didn't turn out. Let me get my brush loaded right. Try that one again. There we go. Just a little bit shadow under his here. Oops. Yeah, I do have a picture. I'll have to put them side by side of when I taught this a couple of years ago, because it looks nothing like what it did. I still, after this Christmas in July thing going on, I am ready to get back to fall. My last 3 projects have been Christmas. So a little bit of shadow. Just a little hint of white. It sure seems odd when it's so hot outside to have snowmen going on. Gotta shade up my icicles a little bit. I do not sew my patterns. I have a painting group, and this is going to be our project this week. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out how I want it to look for my class. So I have a painting group that meets every Tuesday and Thursday night, and each week we have a new big pattern, and Thursdays are a smaller pattern, and it's called Painting for Profits. And we've been going for 3.5 years. This would look so pretty. Now that we got this going, with all of, you know what, I think we will, because if I teach this, I gotta paint it all over again anyway, and I will probably, I think when I teach it, I'll put icicles coming off of his scarf too. Okay, I saw something I didn't shadow here. Underneath his eyebrows. There, that looks much better. I still haven't figured out what to put in his darn hands. I'm about to put I don't want a wreath, I don't want a tree. I don't want another bird. I'm just happy that I got it done ahead of time, because usually I'm designing it as I'm teaching it. And they have no clue what the project is until we're done. And this one would have worked out good, that one. I'm going crazy with the shading because I don't want it to give an old look. I almost went for everything being blue, but I do like the brown on this one. I want him to look like the bigger one. Here, his face looks better. And, I mean, this was supposed to be a simple project this week, and I think the way that I'll teach it is that Thursday I'll make it really simple. And then on Thursday, we'll increase all the details to it. I think that'll be the easiest. That way, you know, when we made these were something that we would make 50 of and take to a show, and I would sit and personalize them. I never took things like this to a show because I just didn't make any money with it. It took too long. any blue. Wanted to try to get this done tonight. I am more creative and have more ideas at night than I do during the day. So if I would come in here tomorrow and look at this, I'd be like, I have no clue where to even begin. But I guess what it's missing is if we have icicles on them and we've got snow in parts. Snow in other parts. Oh, I could put a galvanized bucket of snowballs. I've done that before right there. Doesn't that shading make his face look so much better down there? I know I gotta put snow on the scarf somewhere, but I kind of really like the scarf the way it is. And when I have my husband cut that, I can have him kind of zigzag it up a little bit more so it looks like it's not so even. Oh, I love him. And with just some light dusting, let me get a bigger brush here. I guess my iPad went off. I know, a bucket would be really cute. Thanks, Charlotte. Good night. A star would look cute, too. Hmm. Think about it some. Use up some of this white that I got going on here first. Oh yeah, I love that. I really, really like that. Kind of pull some more of that white down. Right on top of some of that blue to brighten it up in areas. Okay, I think I'm good with it until tomorrow. I think I'm good. A lot more detailed than what I wanted it to be, but I think it'll